Hello and welcome to the Daily Millwall for Sunday the 3rd of March 2024. In today's Millwall news, there is none. Bizarrely, thought there would be a few more post-match comments. I don't know if they're saving them for tomorrow, but tomorrow's going to be a big day because obviously we play on Tuesday, so Monday will be a preview of the game on Tuesday. So yeah. What we do have though is the stats. Click. That is the sound of everyone switching off. Goodbye. Yeah, there's no news. This is why I do these videos on a Sunday. Just to make a video, just to give you a video on Sunday. So let's have a little look through and see what we can see. This is from whoscored.com. It's a website that they use to get the official teams of the week for the EFL. So you can see here, Millwall stole the ball often from the opposition. We were effective at creating goal-scoring opportunities from set pieces, but we were poor at finishing. We were aggressive. We lost possession often, and we gave away little free kicks around the box, and we were caught offside often. But if you look on the right-hand side, you can see the top 5 in rating, total shots, tackles, and dribbles. And the top 5 rated players are all Millwall players. So there you go. And you can see there that we did have a number of shots. So, tackles there. George Honeyman with 8, Billy Mitchell with 6, Duncan Watmore with 5. So, none of the defenders are in the top of the tacklers. That's interesting, isn't it? So, yeah, let's have a little scroll down and see. So here you can see 6 attempts for us, 12 for them. 2 to 9 open play, 4 to 3 set piece. Our 1 goal from 6 shots is a 16% conversion rate, which is very good. We were mostly going down the right hand side, and they were mostly going down the left hand side. Shot directions, everything down the middle for Millwall. Shot zones, action zones, and player positions, average player position. So you can see there what's supposed to be like a 4-3-2-1 for Millwall, I would say. Kind of. Very tight line there. And then you can see the Watford line. Obviously, doing the defending stuff, just defending quite a lot, that meant they could have their players push further forward. And trying to double up down the sides. 18 and 25, 12 and 6. Okay. So, moving on to this from whoscored.com. There are the match events. Yellow card for them, a goal for us, yellow card for Danny. And then we go into the second half. They made a change at half time. They weren't happy. We made a change on the 60th minute, or 62nd, which is standard procedure, it seems. Then they made a couple of changes, and we made a change which a lot of fans are not happy with. I'm not happy with. Longman on for Obafemi. Using Ryan Longman as a centre forward, not. Yeah, I don't think that worked really well, and I think you could see it wasn't really working really well. And as I said in yesterday's video, what I would have done then is, obviously that's not working, take off Simon Fleming because he looked gassed at the end, and bring Amaku on, and then put Longman where Fleming was, and leave Amaku up top as an out ball. But that didn't happen. So there you go. if we look at the top left and the top right by the club badges, you can see 6.86 for Millwall. That's the average player rating, and 6.36 for Watford. So 0.5 of a difference there. That's quite a decent difference there. And that is, I think, purely down to all this extra defending that we had to do. That they didn't have to do because we weren't really attacking that much. We were very isolated up front. So here we go. Fleming got the man of the match, 7.8. But jointly with Honeyman 7.8. I thought Honeyman very well yesterday. A lot of players were very well. I think the only one who clearly wasn't all that was Obafemi, but like you could see in the post-match Harris saying, "Well, he's not fit. He needs to get up to speed." But yeah, obviously as well the way he's playing, he's like 5 foot, and at times they were pumping the ball up to him, and he wasn't even challenging because he knew he didn't stand a chance. So let's have a little look and see who did what in the game. Total shots 6-12. So who had the shots? So here we go. Obafemi with 2, Watmore with 1, Mitchell with 1, Furman with 1, Tanganga with 1. Possession 33 for us, 66 for them. So that's better than the 20 that we had at Southampton, but still, okay. Tanganga and Cooper on the ball the most for us. Pass success percentage as well, down 63 to 85. Dribbles 4 to 13. Aerials 117 to 25. Obviously, we were pumping the ball up to Obafemi, and he didn't win an aerial. And you can see the 2 centre backs for them were winning 1, 9, and 3. And you can see Cooper with 6. So interestingly, what we got Watmore and Obafemi are the only ones who didn't win an aerial, and they were the 2 players who got yanked off first. Like McNamara and Mitchell just took off in injury time right at the end. So tackles 37 to 14, more than double. We had to do more than double tackles than what they did. And like I said, you got Honeyman, you got Mitchell, and then you got Watmore doing the tackling. So the defenders don't have to do any tackling. This is all being done in the midfield. Corners 4 to 3. These are the players who won those corners. Dispossessed, having the ball taken off you. Obviously, we didn't have that much of the ball. They did. So it's 11 to 22. Now moving on to this. Also from whoscored.com. It's the player stats. It's basically just what we've seen and a little bit more in a list. We've got this sorted by player rating. The Zion Fleming just takes it 7.77. All the 7s from George Honeyman 7.76, and then we've got George Saville, then we've got Sarkic, and then we've got Cooper. I think that's about right. Like if you choose your top 5 players from yesterday, I think that is about right. And then you got Mitchell and you got McNamara in 7s, so 7 players with 7. And then we go down. Ryan Leonard had a bit of an off day at the start. Misplaced passes. I think I was quite surprised. It was raining all morning. Then it stopped raining. It got a bit bright. It wasn't super sunny. But before the game, the sprinklers were on as normal. I think that made it a bit very, very wet. And you can see that at the start the ball was spinning around and not really, probably harder to control. So, and here you can see, so the 3 lowest rated players are the 3 subs, which is what you would expect because they had less time on the pitch. But then you got Obafemi, and then Brooke Norton-Cuffy got a better rating than him, and he had less time on the pitch. So, just goes to show how bad Obafemi was. 2 shots, none on target. 28 touches of the ball, but high passing accuracy there. That's probably because it's not that many passes. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, shots. So we had 6 shots. How many were on target? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 1. So yeah, that kind of follows the golden ratio that I've mentioned before. That however many shots you have, half of them should be on target, and then half of that should be goals. So ideally it would be 6, 3, and then 1.5, but you can't have 1.5. So 1. That's about right. That is about right. And then let's have a look at where are we? Let's see what Watford did. They had 12 shots. How many were on target? Did we make it hard for them to get a clear shot away? So 12 shots spread over all of these players, and 3 on target. So there you go. That's the Millwall defending. They could only get 3 shots on target. And there you go. That is it. The defensive stuff. That's what won the game. And like I said before the match in the late video that I put up on for Friday, but it was put up on Saturday morning, I thought a clean sheet would win it. Whoever could keep a clean sheet would be the team that won it. And it was us. So let's have a little look through some of this stuff. Offensive stuff. So we were offside a lot apparently. Oh, we were offside 5 times. That is a lot, isn't it? Well, I'm not too sure about a few of them. A lot of it was like, what the hell? Defensively, obviously, let's have a look and see who were the leaders in this stuff. We've seen the tackles already: Honeyman, Mitchell, Watmore, and then McNamara. Interceptions: George Saville, Honeyman. Clearances: Jake Cooper, Honeyman, Danny McNamara, Tanganga. Block shots: Ryan Leonard, Tanganga, and George Saville. So of the 12 shots that Watford had, 3 were on target, 4 were blocked. So, and then what's that? That leaves a few, 5 that were off target. Passing wise, not many passes for us. 36 is the most. That was Tanganga. Let's have a look and see how that compares to Watford. Probably in 100 passes from Wesley Hoot. 100 passes. Who was he passing to? Because the next highest one is 59. So who the fuck was he passing to? Bizarre. Because then you go back up to Millwall, and you see clearly like Tanganga and Jake Cooper, most parts said they were passing between each other. And then everyone else. Passing accuracy, obviously we've seen Obafemi. So 15 passes. 15 passes. Billy Mitchell, 28, 82.1. Crosses and accurate crosses. Crosses to who? I think these were mostly set pieces and stuff, corners and whatnot. So yeah, you got, what is that, 7 and 1 accurate. Long balls and accurate long balls. Yeah, Sarkic's kicking, especially in the second half, was going off to the right. What do they call that? Shanking it. He shanked it. Jake Cooper 9 and 4. That's not bad. And Tanganga 9 and 2. Billy Mitchell 5 and 2. Ryan Leonard 5 and 0. Fleming though 3 and 3. So there you go, and then we're going to finish by just getting the XG, and there you can see it. So we got an XG of 0.6 from our 6 shots. They got an XG of 0.7 from their 12. So that just goes to show how well we did at defending. But obviously, what I will say is a lot of people were expecting a bit more from us, I think, before the game, and it didn't really turn up, did it? Because we had the We had the game at Southampton, and that they're like promotion contenders, so we knew that okay, 20% possession, that's fine. Like hit and run, hit and grab, that's fine in that's fine. We would expect it a little bit more in this game going forward, especially, and we didn't really get it. And now we know Bradshaw's out injured for the rest of the season. We've got big problems here because we need to score goals to win games, and we only have one centre forward. Now this isn't new to us. We've had this before. Was it a couple of seasons ago? We had to play Jed Wallace up front. But here's the thing though, Ryan Longman ain't no Jed Wallace. He is not. He ain't no Jed Wallace. And playing him up front is just it's just a waste of time, man. It's just a waste of time. So obviously, so in terms of who we can play up front now is Obafemi, and that is it. Who else is there? The centre forward for the under 21s, I think, is injured at the moment because I haven't seen him playing. That's Tom Leahy. And then you go down to the under 18s. There's a big lad in the under 18s. He got himself in some positions to score. Just missed it. Missed a few of them in that Chelsea game. That's Eladin O'Boyle, I think his name is. Or you got Cavalli Hayward. But in terms of getting them to do anything, another like a 10-minute cameo at the end of the game just to spare Obafemi, because he's not match fit. But I really do think we need to sign another centre forward, and at this moment we can only sign a free agent who has their own registration with them. And that needs to be done before the third or the fourth. I think it's by the fourth Thursday in March. So you've got 3 weeks to get this done. Because, like I said, what happens if Obafemi gets injured? He's already been injured and ill. He was injured and ill. Who we playing? Is he going to play Amaku up front? He didn't want to put him on the other game. So I don't know what's going on there. Like, maybe he doesn't think he's physically up for it and big enough for it. That was quite a physical game the other day against Watford. But yeah. And like I said the other day, looking around to see who can we get. Somebody is better than nobody. Even if they come in and they just keep the ball up the pitch. If they don't come in, if they don't score, if they come in and they don't assist, but they come in, we pump the ball up to them, they run into the corner, and they know how to do that. Job done. That's it. That's all we need. We can get some set pieces, we can get goals from that, and that's all we need. But we're exposing ourselves massively if we don't sign someone. Like people, the name Connor Wickham's being mentioned, people groaning about that. But like I said, somebody is better than nobody. And we're dealing with fine margins here. And the price you pay for missing those margins is you get relegated to League One. And it's gonna be horrendous. The squad's gonna be decimated. Costs are gonna have to be cut behind the scenes. Like, there's gonna be so many detrimental changes coming from relegation, and it could just be down to the fact that people are turning their noses up at signing someone who's a free agent because, oh well, why don't they have a club? They mustn't be very good then. Like, why is Neil Harris a manager at Cambridge and Gillingham? He mustn't be very good then. We've just won 2 games in a row, have we not? So yeah, that's the thing. If you're a footballer and you've been playing football, professional football, week in, week out for 20 years, 16 years, 15 years, however long it is, and then you find yourself out of contract and you're sitting at home and you're watching TV on the football, or football on the TV, and you're like, I don't like this. I don't like not being involved in this. If we give them a contract and tell them to come in, you think they're gonna try, or do you think they're gonna be a lazy barking bastard? I think they might actually try. They might actually get something done. Now, whether they're up to the quality of the championship, that's another thing. But like I said, somebody's better than nobody, and they don't have to come in and score goals galore. They just have to be a decent striker, give us an outball, hold the ball up, and bring other players into the play. That's all they need to do. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But like, I don't know. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.